What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here. It is my favorite show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3, Episode 19, Failed Experiments, and wow. This was... Whew! I was very nervous watching this episode. Just throughout the entire thing, I'm thinking, something bad's about to happen. Something bad's about to happen. I can feel it. Can feel it coming. Something bad's about to happen. And it almost did. Almost. This is ultimately going to tie into Civil War, which is coming out Friday. I'm so excited for that one. But, you know, it is the one that is going to tie together with Civil War somehow. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. I don't know if maybe Civil War will tie into next week. But, you know, it is something exciting to look forward to. What's going on now with all of this Inhuman stuff? Is it going to factor into Civil War? The only thing that really seems to be tying together that, you know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Civil War is the fact that S.H.I.E.L.D. right now has an agent that they're having, you know, they're turning against each other. Lincoln is doing his own thing. Daisy is now being controlled by this other, you know, by Hive, so now she's fighting against him. There's a lot of distrust and arguments going on the team because they don't agree with each other about stuff. So that seems to be the only thing really tying it together right now. But I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do with Civil War, with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they've done very well so far tying it together. You know, with Winter Soldier, with Age of Ultron, they did it very well. So excited to see where that's going. But for this episode in itself, there's a lot of emotion going into this because they found Daisy. Coulson's saying it's got to be a trap. There's no way she would just do this on accident. Max saying, well, what if it's not a trap? What if this is a side of her that wants to come back and she's trying to help us? And so you know going in that this is going to be something to just bring out all the emotion because it's going to be Daisy and the rest of the team. You know, we saw Daisy and Fitz last week and that was emotional. So Mac, I just, from the very beginning, whenever he's talking about she's my partner, I should have seen this coming. I knew it was going to be kind of a showdown between those two. And ultimately didn't end quite as I was expecting. You know, I didn't expect her to completely just, you know, oh, you're right, I am fighting against her, or anything like that. I didn't expect her to come back to S.H.I.E.L.D. But I did not expect her to actually try to kill him. I mean, if those S.H.I.E.L.D. agents didn't show up and shoot her in the arm, she was, like, trying to break his spine and kill him. That's not what I was expecting. Actually, whenever the final fight was starting, I was worried that Mac might die or something, but I don't know. The fact that she tries to kill him and fails because somebody shows up just in the nick of time, I was not expecting that. I was expecting either she does kill him or she doesn't, and she decides, you know, I can't do this, I can't kill him. So I don't know, it wasn't what I was expecting. What they did was pretty intense. Because you've got that fight going on at the same time that Hive is fighting one of those Kree hunters, and I'm going to talk about that. That is very, very clever to throw in. As soon as they walk in there and there's the device and it's like sending out some sort of signal, all of a sudden Coulson sees something moving and he's like, everybody get out of there now. And then you flash back to Hive, who's talking to Daisy, saying something about, you know, we need to deal with, talking about the people that made them, you know, the people that made her, S.H.I.E.L.D., the people that made him, those Kree. And as soon as they start, I'm like, oh my gosh, he called in the Kree. Sure enough, two Kree hunters show up to hunt him down. I think they killed... I am horrible with names. Alicia. Okay, Alicia. Got it. Alicia, the girl that can multiply herself. I think they killed her. Either they killed two of her, you know, doppelgangers that she created, or they actually killed her. I'm not sure. Either way, though, like, she tries to fight them, or tries to fight one of them, and punches like twice, and he just like goes up and kills that one, like just smashes her head into the ground. And then one, it looked like the main one because her eyes were, without the pupils and the irises, and I think that's what she looks like whenever she creates multiplications of herself. So I think it might have actually been her. She goes up, gets like one punch in, he throws her to the ground, and she's just like, "You would have been proud of what we've become." And then you see him swing at the camera and hear clink. So I think Alicia might be dead. I did not expect them to kill her off. But yeah, um, just all of that final scene though, with the Kree hunters, with Hive fighting one of them, the dialogue there was just so brilliantly written because you can tell, even if this isn't the hunt, like the Kree that created him, you can tell there's so much emotion in what he's saying because, like May says, this is a 1,000-year revenge plot, to take them out. And then on top of that, you've got Daisy and Mac fighting. Well, you've got Mac. He destroys the Kree body, which was a good move. And then Daisy is like just forcing him, punching him. She's very clearly upset. So there's just a lot of emotion in those two scenes. And then Hive ends up killing the Kree using his sand powers and just melts his face. And then May and one of the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents pop around the corner, shoot him a few times. The one girl S.H.I.E.L.D. agent that they had, I think it's the same girl that was in the DEO on Supergirl. She looks similar. Or she looks familiar. I think that's where I know her from. Anyway. But she pops around the corner with a missile launcher, hits him in the shoulder, and he just like turns, and it's just like bone and flesh, and whatever he's made of just starts rebuilding the skin over top of it. I'm like, oh my gosh! I've said it before, and I think it was 3 episodes ago. There was the episode where Hive. It was the episode where the guy touched Daisy and showed her the future. Hive was like just destroying all of these bodies, turning them into bloody skeletons. That you also had Malik like crushing a guy's face in. We actually saw it get kind of crushed in. Marvel's gone a bit more graphic with this stuff. I mean, you got the opening showing. I love the opening showing how Hive became who he is. Showed he looked like an aborigine. Just like running through the forest, and these Kree hunters were coming after him, and then captured him, and then did experiments, and it shows like they're sticking the arrow up inside of him, and just like, ooh, that felt great. And then they're doing experiments. The doctor that they kidnapped in the last episode is trying to create Inhumans out of humans. The experiments go wrong, and the one guy's body just melts. Just like the skin falls off, you see his like muscle sort of fall. I'm like, oh, that's wonderful. And then on top of that, you've got Hive melting the face off of the Kree. There's a lot of muscle and bone, and you just see it all. And then whenever he gets shot, you can see all the way down to the bone in his shoulder. I'm like, Marvel's really stepped up their game as far as showing stuff, like being a bit more graphic with it. I don't know if that's just on purpose or if it's something they thought of because of Hive, because of who he is and his powers. I guess they thought if he has these powers to disintegrate a human body, why not show it? Why not have a bit more graphic stuff added into it? So I don't know. It's not. I'm not one of those people who's like, yeah, I love the graphic stuff, but I'm also not one of those people who's like. So it's just something I've noticed that they're doing a bit more of. So overall, very good episode, and then the way it ends, just something I did not expect to happen, because I wasn't really sure where they were going with Daisy, and you've got Lincoln, which another emotional scene. You've got Fitz and Simmons talking after Fitz sort of disagreed with her. Yes, there's a risk, but I say we give it a shot. He disagreed with her, and so they're talking about how their disagreements shouldn't affect their relationship, their professional disagreements. And so I'm thinking, oh, are they going to go, like, they're going to have their first fight or something? But no, it was just sort of a bit of humor right before they see Lincoln in the lab. And a very dramatic moment. He's just like, I'm tired of waiting. Just sticks the needle in his arm. I'm like, whoa, Lincoln taking the initiative. Probably stupid, but wow. I didn't expect him to actually. Okay, no, I lied. I did expect him to do something like that. I wasn't sure if it was going to be him or if it was going to be Fitz deciding, you know what, you're right, we have to take a chance. But Lincoln's just like, no, I can't wait anymore. Ends up really affecting him, really affecting his immune system. So at the end, you've got Simmons talking to him, telling him his immune system is just extremely damaged, telling him the mission failed, and telling him that the cure did not work, the antidote didn't work. So I'm just like, I don't know what's going to happen next with Daisy. The whole point of this antidote was she can still be saved from Hive's grasp. She could still be brought back from that mind control. Now it's like, I don't know anymore. Like, what if they can't? What if they have to kill her? It'd be awful. And then on top of that, you've got Hive questioning Daisy's loyalty because Mac destroyed the Kree that they were getting the blood from, and she didn't kill him. She let him get away. And so he's questioning her loyalty, and she remembers that Coulson saved her life by putting the Kree blood into her. And he's just like, you're right, I remember that. So she's like, just drain me. So, wait, so she's saying she's willing to die for this cause? Like, wait, no, she can't die. It's something that I don't know what they're going to do with her now. Because, honestly, the whole point of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has felt like it's Daisy's story. From the beginning, it was a bit unfocused. It was like, we're focusing on this the dirty half dozen, these original 6, that's the focus. And even now, it still feels like they are getting more of the focus than, say, Mac or Lincoln or, some of the other Inhumans involved. So it really is about them, but the main focus really seems to be on Daisy. When you really think about it, started with her. She's the one that they had to go get because she was a hacker who was really good at hacking, and slowly started finding out more about her. We found out she had a backstory. We weren't really sure what it was. We found out about her father. We found out she was maybe not human. We found out about the Inhumans because of her. Her mother was the leader of these Inhumans, and now she's turned against them. And it feels like it's kind of a no-win situation. Like, either she dies or she becomes an enemy. Like, I don't see a way, unless it can find a different antidote or find some way to use Hive's parasites as like a way to fashion antidote or something. I don't know. And the thing is, I've already had one show kill off a main character that I thought was the center of attention. I thought that they were the reason for this whole show existing. I'm not going to say because I don't want to spoil anything, just in case. So, I already had one show that did that. Where it was like, okay, so this character is the center of attention. They're not going to die. And then they die. It's like, oh, okay. So what's the show about now? If they kill off Daisy, they would still have a show. Because it's called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So it would still be about S.H.I.E.L.D. But Daisy feels like she's the one kind of holding it all together. She's the one holding the story together. Because it's about the Inhumans. It's introducing stuff in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we won't necessarily see in the movies just yet. And so I want to see more of that, and it feels like if you kill Daisy off, you've lost that aspect, because she is kind of, we will still have Lincoln, of course, and Joey and Elena are still Inhumans as well, but I just feel like if you kill her, first of all, there goes Coulson's, why is he doing what he's doing? It's for Daisy. And he, even now, like, it feels like he's sort of just written her off as we can't get her back. Mac was still willing to try, of course, but I don't know what they're going to do from here. It feels like some of them still think she's able to be saved, and then some of them think that, Well, I don't know if Coulson thinks she can't be saved or if he's just preparing himself for the possibility that she won't be saved. But either way, it's just very, very, very well done right now. A lot of emotion writing on it. Um, like I said, I don't know how it's going to tie into Civil War quite yet, but there's just a lot of emotion with the team. You know, emotion between the team. It's very dramatic right now and very, very heart wrenching. I'm scared to see what's going to happen next. I'm scared to see what they're going to do next. It's kind of worrying. So, anyway, those are my thoughts on this episode. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. If there's anything you want to discuss that I didn't talk about, let me know. And if there's anything you want to predict going forward as far as Civil War or what's going to happen with AZ, let me know. We'll talk about it. So leave a like and subscribe for more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And I will see you next review very nervously. Peace out.